But here's something interesting. Someone posted this to the Tesla group. So this is the Tesla machine. A guy named Justin said, I used it on one of the hens of my flock that was sick. She wasn't moving, not eating or drinking. This happened before, and that time the hen died overnight. So this time I put the 4 bulbs of the Tesla on her for about 10 minutes and then put her in the hen house for the night, fully expecting her to die like the last one. But no, she was out the next morning, right as rain, scratching and eating. Yeah, so that guy had some chickens that weren't feeling well, and before he used the Tesla machine, one of them died, but then once he used the Tesla machine on another one, they were totally fine. So all these things can be fixed just by things like the Tesla machine. But of course, they don't want anyone to know about that. That's why the Tesla machine has to stay underground, because Donald Trump's uncle actually killed Tesla and stole his stuff the last time they even talked about it. But you can get one. I don't know how much longer, but you can go to tesla.club, TZLA.club. Oh, and I mentioned how Max Egan cured a young woman's myocarditis that she got through a blood transfusion from a vax person with the Tesla machine in 3 weeks with the Tesla machine.
The filaments and the construction sites that I have seen in human blood, a lot of people are speculating about this. They're calling them parasites, funguses, graphene, all kinds of things. Previously, it was not known that these spherical objects that are filled with what I call advanced nanotechnology, nano and micro robots, are actually growing like this. What you can see here is how this continues to self-replicate and give birth to more and more of these spheres. Here you can see the same thing, unvaccinated blood. So I saw this sphere and it is filled with these bots, and you can see that from the sphere the filaments start growing. This is not a parasite. And I want to remind people that Dr. Hildegard Staninger, world-renowned toxicologist, when she was first working with Morgellons, which this is really an evolved version of Morgellons, she had this reviewed by a world-renowned parasitologist who clearly said, no, this is advanced nanotechnology. It is not parasites. Here you see how the filaments are being assembled. You see multiple spheres that have literally spilled their guts. Here's smaller spheres, and they are contributing the nano and micro robotics to build this filament structure. Here you can see this a little bit closer up, and literally again here these very tiny spheres are all over the place, so they grow from the nanoscale up and then become larger and larger. This means self-assembly, and here again is an image. You can see the sphere, and here's another one, and it literally let go of its insides to create this filament, and you can see that the spheres are migrating towards each other and are coordinating this growth. They are aware that this filament is sort of the end product, and you can see that they are literally moving towards to help in this self-assembly.
And her mom actually dropped by to see Max and to actually use the machine because she has something called fibromyalgia. I don't even know what that is. But she wanted to use the machine because she said her daughter is better than she even was before all these problems she had. And Max actually talked to her. So here's what he had a conversation with her about.
Hi folks, recently I told you about a young lady that I had healed of myocarditis using the Tesla machine. I've actually got her mum here to go through the whole process and show you or tell us how she actually acquired the myocarditis and what the results have been since using the machine. She's a little shy, but she's going to come onto camera anyway. So Deb, lovely to have you here.
Thanks.
And how did Saskia get the myocarditis to begin with? What happened?
Well, she was ill and she needed an operation to remove a cyst. And she went into the hospital and they removed the cyst. They thought everything was wonderful, everything was fine. She came back from the theatre in the morning.
Speak up.
And by the afternoon, she just didn't seem to be recovering, and they kept coming and doing checking her blood pressure. And I thought, oh, you know, they said everything's fine, but by the evening something was clearly very wrong, and she just sat up and started crying, and I'm like, oh wow, what's going on? And they took the bed out. They didn't even take her out of the bed, they took the whole bed, and she went in for emergency surgery. And I'd previously said, please, just for the cyst operation, don't, neither of us like blood transfusions, so no blood transfusions. And they went, yeah, that's fine. But when they took her down for the emergency, they did give her blood, and he came out and told me that we had to give her blood because if we hadn't, she would have died. Whether that's true or not, I'm not sure if that's the case with blood transfusions, but unfortunately she got blood, which I assume must have been vaccinated, because then her health was really, really bad, and even parts of it I can't remember. It was quite traumatic, to be honest. And then they she was very, very ill one night after this had happened, and they called me out in the night because I assume they thought that was the end, and she wasn't going to survive. So I went to the hospital, and they'd got a cardiologist in there, and 2 doctors came out to talk to me afterwards and said that she's got myocarditis. Well, she'd never had symptoms before, so I assume it was from vaccinated blood. And then she deteriorated. She was in intensive care for 10 days. She had to come out even before she was even better, because the cost of the hospital, we didn't have insurance. So she even came out before she was better, and I was so worried about her. She was very, very ill. And then, Max, you were so kind. You phoned up and said...
Well, I heard she had myocarditis, and I thought, wow, this is like Saskia. And she's like 20 years old. She's a beautiful young lady. This can't be real, you know. So I thought, well, it's worth a shot. Come and put her on the Tesla machine. So she came down. She stayed at my place for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, maybe 3.
I think it was more like a month, perhaps.
I don't know, she wasn't there the whole time. She was staying around at Bruce's place for a while. But I think she used the machine like almost every day for about 2.5, maybe 3 weeks. Almost every day, not every day, but almost every day. Anything from like 15 minutes to, I told her to get on there and for an hour. So she did a couple of hour sessions as well. And then she went back to you. So what's the result been? What's she like now?
It's like a different person came back. A different person came back, honestly, Max. Prior to going, she was still very ill. If she got up in the day, she might go to the shop or something, and then that'd be it. She'd probably be back in bed. She wouldn't be doing anything. We got a monitor because her blood pressure was extremely low, which was very worrying. And she just was lethargic and didn't want to do anything. And a different person came home. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Thank God.
And she was like, you're saying she was a little scared to go in and actually get tested. But
yes, she didn't get tested. She's only just recently gone for the test, because both of us, to be honest, were frightened to find out, you know, that she's still got myocarditis. But because she was feeling healthier, she thought, well, okay, I'm going to go and try. So she went and got the test done a few days ago, as you know, and yeah, they said it's gone. Well, they said that she hasn't got myocarditis, so that was amazing.
Yeah, and so yeah, hopefully, I mean, maybe like the blood clotting issues, because that's why they gave her the blood transfusion, you were saying, because she during the operation they found that her blood wasn't clotting. And so they had to give her a blood transfusion because she simply wouldn't stop bleeding.
Yes. Yeah.
So hopefully she can have her blood tested as well. I'd be really interested to know if the Tesla machine has also fixed the blood clotting problem, because I wouldn't be surprised if it has.
Yeah,
I can't
agree
believe
with
some
you.
of the results I'm having with this machine, because I'm pretty sceptical of all this sort of stuff, folks. I don't give anything the hard sell, as you know. And but I've, you know, with healing Bruce's leg trauma and curing Bell's palsy, which admittedly will clear up on its own eventually, but to have healed it in like 17 days with like 7 treatments, and now to have this with myocarditis.
Yeah, it's
I'd be
brilliant.
really interested to hear how the blood clotting situation
Yeah,
is.
well, I'll be happy to send you the hospital reports that we got after leaving the hospital, and the clinical test that she had to say that she's clear, that she hasn't got myocarditis. And if she does the blood test, which she will, she'll go and get that done, and we'll give you any test results we've got.
Thank you, darling. Thanks for sharing all that. So yeah, I'm having amazing results with this machine, folks. I really am. And like I said, I'm pretty skeptical about all this sort of stuff. But so far, everything I've tried with it has worked. And you've got fibromyalgia. And
Yeah.
so I'm actually giving you my machine to take home for 4 or 5 days.
I'm
And you
taking
can
the
get on
magic
that every
machine.
day. And then we can get you tested and see how you are as well.
Thank you, Max. I'm indebted to you. And the Tesla machine.
So that was pretty incredible. And they're actually just starting up this RV I've got now to go down to Acapulco right now to start getting set up, because Acapulco is starting on Monday, and it's going to have the Tesla machine in it. The Tesla machine is so incredible. It's not only fixes almost everything, but it also gives you it's almost like taking ayahuasca, but without super seeing crazy stuff. But it gives you this, it can give you, it doesn't give everyone, but it can give you a almost supernatural experience. You're basically connecting with life force energy or God energy. And so many people have had so many amazing experiences with it. Like this guy, he said, my wife used the Tesla bath for 1.5 hours after charging the bath for just 25 minutes with no expectations. Nothing special going on until she came inside and got in her leather reclining chair. She said her hands and feet started to buzz and tingle. She felt super alive and wide awake when normally she is not after work. She also did her normal 15 minutes on our shiftwave chair and had a medium emotional breakdown about past traumas that has not even ever happened using the chair in the last 9 months. Our initial reaction to the Tesla bath is off the charts. I'll need to see more evidence over time to believe why the plasma bath combined with salt would appear to be 10 times as strong as just applying them to skin for 20 minutes to an hour. And I responded, I said, yeah, that's why we call it holy water. It's incredible. Plasma is basically life force energy or divine energy and affects everyone differently and often miraculously. As for why the bath may have had more of an effect than the bulbs, that's what we are still just learning. I'd guess that the bath gives you kind of an all-body plasma injection, but at a lighter level than the bulbs, which might bring out more subtle energies.